Vice Chair Maloney, thanks to you, Chairman Lee, and members of the committee for the opportunity to appear today to discuss my research and lessons for measuring economic inequality. My name is Eric Zwick. I'm an associate professor of finance at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. I make 3 points in my testimony that I'll summarize here. First, inequality is high and has risen. A meaningful scientific consensus supports this basic point. However, the academic community is still debating the size of this increase and learning about the composition of high-end inequality. For example, relative to what we previously thought, households at the top of the income distribution derive more of their income from work and from entrepreneurship and less from investment income like dividends and interest. Most top earners are private business owners, a group that includes lawyers, doctors, consultants, owners of mid-sized businesses such as auto dealers and wholesale distributors. In both number and aggregate income, these groups far surpass that of high-tech billionaires and public company CEOs who have been the focus of much inequality commentary. In an early stage paper, I have found that wealth concentration has risen, but risen less, and depends more on private business ownership than previously thought. I do want to stress that our results do not imply that wealth concentration is low or irrelevant from a policymaker's perspective. Second, my second point is that measuring broad inequality does require assumptions based on evolving data collection and methods. Therefore, conclusions from the research frontier are somewhat uncertain. The state of the art on implementing distributional national accounts, or DINAs, which would provide statistics like GDP but broken out by income groups, remains a work in progress. The core issue is that DINA methods require many assumptions. The ultimate conclusions are sensitive to which assumptions we make. When data are missing on who gets what type of income, researchers make certain assumptions to fill in the gaps. For example, in the leading prototype of DINAs for the United States, there's a strong link between Sayers and Zuckman's and Dr. Zuckman's wealth estimates, Piketty, Sayers, and Zuckman's DINA estimates, and Sayers and Zuckman's recent work on tax progressivity. If we change the assumptions for estimated wealth inequality, that will change distributional income estimates. And changing distributional income estimates will change estimates of average tax rates at the top and bottom. Now, my view, these assumptions are in most cases well justified, but they necessarily rely on incomplete data and convenient simplification. Thus, alternative assumptions can be equally, and in some cases better, justified, with significant implications for what stories we tell about how inequality has evolved and what lessons we draw for tax policy. It's also important to recall that what we observe in tax data is influenced by reporting responses to changing tax rules over time. So the same high-level statistics might be consistent with very different underlying stories of what's going on. This uncertainty is where the scholarship plays its role. So my third point is that I recommend several clear next steps for collecting new data to help implement DINAs and improve inequality measures. First, task the Bureau of Economic Analysis with developing a process to produce DINA estimates, to prepare a public technical report, and open up findings and methodological details to expert feedback. A recent effort by economists at the Federal Reserve to distribute the U.S. financial accounts demonstrates the value of such a process. Second, new tax laws that require partnerships and C corporations to trace and report their ultimate owners could help improve our DINA estimates. Third, expanding the IRS's random audit program could improve our understanding of underreported income and help improve our DINA estimates. And last, improving data collection on retirement account balances and the portfolio composition could improve our DINA estimates because that data is currently not used. The academic literature remains somewhat divided on the technical specifics of distributional accounts, but these divisions largely reflect an evolving state of current knowledge that is changing as new data becomes available. This is not unusual in academic research. The glass is half full. I strongly believe that we will reconcile these differences and continue to build toward a consensus method over time. Some final remarks. To advance our learning, I think this committee could facilitate a substantive conversation about several outstanding questions. For example, what role have population aging, changes in the pension system played in measuring these trends? Second, how important is multi-generational wealth versus self-made wealth? Third, what are the consequences of inequality for disparities in opportunity, especially for children? Let me also say that I greatly admire Dr. Zuckman's work and that of his colleagues, Thomas Piketty and Emmanuel Sayers, despite our occasional friendly disagreements over accounting methods. I've learned a lot from them, and my work would not have been possible without theirs. And last, I want to reiterate my reading of the evidence is not that inequality in America is low or that it has not increased at all. Rather, my reading is that the increase has been more modest. The nature of that increase skews away from the passive capital highlighted in Piketty's book and toward human capital, labor, and entrepreneurial activity. Thank you for your time. Look forward to questions.